audience, and welcome to another edition of Grillin with Broc. I've got my producer, Addy Man, with me today. He wanted to hang out, and as you can see, it's a little later tonight than it was the last time we did one of these videos. Now, the good news is that beef is good in the morning, beef is good in the evening, beef is good at 3 a.m. on a Sunday. What I'm trying to say here is that beef is delicious, and that's what we're working with tonight. Meatandpotatocode.com is the website you want to go to. And you want to know what? Travis told me yesterday that they're giving you a special discount just for watching this little podcast video tutorial series thing, whatever you want to call it. So if you go to meatandpotatocode.com and enter keyword Broc10, that's BROC10, and I've got it here on the bottom of the screen, you're going to save 10% off your entire order. And that's whether you want to do the starter pack thing like I have, or if you want to stock up your freezer for the wintertime, whatever, you're going to get 10% off. Today we are, or I guess I should say tonight, we're diving into the Wagyu Sirloin steaks. Now, they came in that sampler pack, and in a nutshell, I had to read up on what Wagyu beef was. And the first thing it said is that it's not Wagyu. It's Wagyu. I still don't quite understand it, but in a nutshell, it's all about the way the cow metabolizes the fat in their body. So, you know, you get a standard steak, and you always end up with that lip of fat, or that edge of fat, whatever you want to call it. With Wagyu beef, the way the cow metabolizes the fat gives you this perfect marbling of the meat. And I'm going to show you that on the steaks here in just a minute. Step one is, of course, to fire up the grill. And we're going to do the same thing on these steaks that we did on the steaks on the last episode, where I'm going to turn the burners on low. I'm going to let this baby heat up to about 450, somewhere around there. And then we're going to get those steaks on the grill. I also remembered to put the steaks in the refrigerator about 40 minutes ago, seasoned. That's what you want to do, because when you season the steak and then put them back in the fridge, it gives that meat a little bit of time to absorb the flavor that comes out of that seasoning salt. And you can use whatever you want. If you want to do something spicy, I have some stuff that's like it's almost like a sriracha seasoned salt. I can't remember where we found it. Tip, if you want to find some really rare and delicious seasonings and steak toppings and things like that, of all places, you can pop into the grocery outlet. They get this random stuff that, like, I've never seen in any of the grocery stores here in Twin Falls. Or you can go simple, and you can use like Laurie's Seasonal. That works great as well. I'm using the bullwhip seasoning again tonight, which my wife finds somewhere in Wyoming. I can't remember for sure where it comes from, one of the butcher shops or something like that. But let's get the grill fired up, and then I'm going to show you the steaks, and we'll get this party on the road. So if you watched the first video in the series, when we did those flat iron steaks here a couple of weeks ago, you'll remember that I had intended on seasoning the steaks before I got them on the grill. It's always a good idea to put your seasoning on about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so before you actually throw them on the grill. I don't know how that works, but what you're going to do is season them up, and then you're going to put them back in the fridge, let them hang out for about a half hour, and then they are ready to grill. Now, if you forget, like I did last time around, and you just season them right before you put them on the grill, that's totally fine. But when you do this, it just gives the seasoned salt a little extra time to kind of make itself part of the meat. There's a word that I'm looking for, I can't think of it right now. But again, I'm using this stuff. This is the same stuff that I used on those flat iron steaks, the Bullwhip Western style seasoning. This is like a Wyoming thing. It's not mass-produced or anything like that. It actually comes from a butcher shop somewhere in Wyoming. My wife always brings it home with us whenever we go visit her family in Casper. So, pop that baby open, and just a little bit of dash here, a little bit of the dash there. I'm going to flip them around, make sure you get that stuff nice and evenly spread. Flip them, and then, again, season these guys. Now, I'm going to stick them in the fridge, and that's where they're going to hang out until the grill is heated up and we're ready to go. Alright, so what makes the Wagyu beef is the way, like I said, the cow metabolizes. And that's how you end up with this fat marbling in the steaks. Now, typically, you have a steak and you're going to have like a lip of fat here and a lip of fat here, but with the Wagyu beef, you end up with this neat little marbling that gives you that flavor from the fat throughout the entire cut of meat. I'm excited to try this. I've never done the Wagyu beef before. And again, these came in that sampler package from meatandpotatoco.com. Meat and Potato Company, an Idaho company. They're right here in southern Idaho, and the neat part about them, well, there's lots of neat things about those guys, but they bring the meat to you. They're going to drop this stuff at your doorstep, ring your bell, you're going to walk out, and they're going to say, hey, customer, here's your beef, here's your chicken, here's your pork, whatever it may be. And remember, if you go to the website, meatandpotatoco.com, and use promo code BROC10, BROC10, you're going to save 10% off your entire order. So these are the Wagyu sirloin steaks. Again, they come in that sampler package, and here in just a minute, we're going to throw these things on the grill, and away we go. So we've given the grill, it's been, what, there, producer man, probably 10 minutes or so? About 10 minutes. We've heated up now to 400 degrees. That's where I want it for my steaks. Crank this baby open. It goes nice and toasty. Throw steak 1 on, and steak 2 on. And then I'm going to do the same thing on these that I did on the flat iron. I'm going to put together my handy-dandy little timer here. We'll give it 5 minutes on one side, and then we're going to check it, and then we'll flip them and exchange their positions, just in case. And I don't know if all grills are like this, but I know mine is, where the front gets a little toastier than the back, so it's good to change positions in the steak. So you have the one that's in the back, we'll put that one in the front, the one that's in the front, we'll put that in the back, just so they get an even amount of grill time. And so we're going to give it about 5 minutes, and then we'll flip them and swap them and all that good stuff. By the way, Wagyu, I failed to mention this earlier, is a Japanese term. Really, it means Japanese cow, or Japanese beef. And I guess there's 4 different breeds of Wagyu cows that obviously originated in Japan, but they are now raised and bred here in the United States as well. So, a little history lesson for you. And I probably just destroyed that story anyway. I read up on it on the internet because I didn't know before I got into the project. And so you are finding out secondhand from what I found out in about 5 minutes on the Google. So I mentioned to you in the last video the potatoes that came in that sampler pack. We had a few of these monster Idaho potatoes, the Baker potatoes, but obviously that was a few weeks ago, and potatoes only last so long, so we did something with those for dinner last week. Tonight, I'm just using these good old-fashioned Idaho potatoes. You pick them up at the grocery store for, I think we got 5 pounds for $1.99 or something like that. And we're just doing a very basic baked potato. You'll wrap them up in tin foil, got the oven nice and preheated here to 350. We're going to pop those guys in and cook them for an hour and a half. Depending on how you like your baked potato when all is said and done. Look, I'm a large man who likes large man things, so I like to drown my baked potato in butter and ranch dressing. Most importantly, ranch dressing. Now, if you can get the sour cream ranch or make it yourself, you get one of those little packets of powder from Hidden Valley or whatever, and you mix it with 16 ounces of sour cream. That is optimal for the baked potato. I don't know if we have that here, but a good old-fashioned bottle of ranch works just as well and is just as delicious. So again, a very basic potato selection tonight, but you can't do dinner in Idaho without doing some sort of potato. And I mean, what is more potato than a good old-fashioned baked potato? You wrap them up in tin foil, again, preheat the oven to 350, and throw them in the oven. You're like, dude, I know how to make a baked potato. Well, I'm filling time, don't judge me. By the way, I don't know what the little floating things are that you see coming up over the phone. I don't know if that's dust or smoke, or it's not bugs, because there's no bugs here, but it's, do you see it, Producer Eddie, man?
Yeah, it's dust.
I have no idea what it is.
It's dust.
Dust, yeah. Alright, so we're 5 minutes in, actually we're 6 minutes in. Things are coming along quite nicely. So we're going to flip these babies over. It's a thicker cut, so these might take a little while longer to cook. And that's okay. Switch them out a little bit. Now we're going to give the other side about another 5 minutes, and then we'll check it from there. Alright, so we've been about 6 minutes on this other side, and what I'll do at this point is take one of these guys and just cut a little slit into it. My wife and I both like medium, not medium rare, not medium well, just medium, and that is about perfect medium right there. Look at that. You know what? We're gonna let it cook for just another minute or two on the other side. We'll flip these guys over. Put that guy back there. Put this guy up here. Assuming it's a male cow, of course. See, that guy is a little rare yet, so we're gonna let him cook. We'll give it about 2 minutes or so and check these guys again. And while producer Addie Man and I were outside, my wife whipped up some Texas toast. And let me tell you, if you want a quick and easy, delicious slice of garlic toast, you buy these in the freezer section. I'm probably not telling you anything you didn't already know. But, I don't know, they're like $2-3 a box. You get 6. What are you doing, homie?
I don't know.
Oh, well, don't screw up the camera, because this is some high-quality recording right here.
I'm watching the camera. I didn't go in front of it.
If you really want to know, these videos are produced on my phone. It's a Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus, and I forgot to turn the air conditioner off this time, so behind all of this narration, you're probably hearing... And my apologies for that, but I'm not a video guy. I'm a radio guy, and really, I'd never make it on video, because, you know, not fit for TV. But they asked to do a video, so I said, yeah, why not? It's beef. And now Luna is shaking the tripod. Hey, you gotta go away there, dog. You're shaking the tripod. There you go. Now I'm giving you probably seizures with the amount of movement in the tripod. But, you know, it's amateur hour, my friends. And while we wait, while we give this steak a couple extra minutes to cook, I just wanted to once again plug Meat and Potato Company. They're the ones who hooked us up with this giant box of greatness. I was going to say goodness and greatness, and it came out greatness. That works. If you want to shop for yourself, remember they're right here in southern Idaho, and they bring the food, they bring the meat right to your front door. And in that sampler pack that I got, it's like just under $100, and it's got I think 4 burgers in it, which we're going to do going into Labor Day weekend. Everybody's getting ready for their Labor Day weekend barbecue, so we're going to fix up some mean mushroom and Swiss burgers, I think. It's got these 2 Wagyu sirloin steaks. It has the 2 flat iron steaks that we picked up on the last video, and I think, and don't hold me to it, but I think there's some pork chops in there, and there's some sort of beef roast. I mean, you get a lot of food, you get a lot of meat for $100, and so far it's been fantastic. In fact, my wife and I ranted and raved about how awesome those flat iron steaks were for like a week following. Definitely not my last experience with Meat and Potato Company, I'll tell you that right now. meatandpotatoco.com, and again, if you go there and place your order, use promo code BROC10, BROC10, you're going to get 10% off your entire order, and then they bring it to your door. You don't even have to go pick it up. As much as I try to support local, there's a lot of stuff in the world of electronics that I just can't get in the Magic Valley, because I'm super nerd, and I'm raising super nerd number 2 over here. There's a lot of stuff that you just can't find in the Magic Valley, and I gotta tell you, the convenience of having somebody bring it to me in a box and set it on my doorstep without ever having to even put pants on is kind of spectacular. Same thing with Meat and Potato Company. They're gonna deliver this right to your door. You place the order on the internet, and then they bring it to you. You don't even have to leave the house. Meatandpotatoco.com, promo code BROC10, BROC10, save 10% off your order. Let's check these guys out. I bet they're about ready to go. I think I've rambled for well over 2 minutes. They are looking about perfect.
Good dog.
Cut into this other side.
Hey, don't burn yourself, Lulu.
Hard to see in the dark. Yep, that little feather's about perfect. Let's check this one. See, it's a thicker cut. I'm used to not cooking such thick cuts of meat, but the thicker the cut, the more the meat. The more the meat, the happier me. Alright, so we're going to take this in and fix some plates, and then we'll show you the finished product. Oh, I never finished my story about the toast. The Texas toast.
Put your knife down.
Nah, I like to hold it. It keeps everyone safer when I hold it. Texas toast, you can pick it up in the freezer section of any grocery store, and it's like $2 or $3 a box. You get 6 slices. It takes all of 7 minutes to have what tastes like homemade garlic toast. It's really yummy stuff. All right, let's go inside and get these things fixed up. And there you have it, my friends, the finished product. This is the toast I was telling you about, by the way. And again, it's like $2, $3 a box at any grocery store. It's easy, but it's freaking delicious. The good old Idaho baked potato. Like I said, you get some potatoes in your sampler box, but you know, we got the sampler box a few weeks ago. Potatoes only last for so long, so we did something with those big ones last week. We showed you the fingerling potatoes that came in the box on the first video with the flat iron steak, and this, behold the glory of the Wagyu sirloin. And remember, if you place an order at meatandpotatocode.com, use promo code BROC10, BROC10, you're going to save 10% off your entire order. These guys are fantastic. They're based right here in southern Idaho, and you don't have to leave your house. They're going to bring the greatness to your doorstep. So my wife and I are going to feast. My son, by the way, doesn't eat food. He won't do meat, potatoes. He'll eat the bread. We're working on that. It's a work in progress. What are you having for dinner? Pepperoni and bread?
Bread and pepperoni.
Bread and pepperoni.
I don't like steak.
Classy. He'll get there. Meatandpotatocompany.com and Grillin with Broc. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much. And again, meatandpotatocode.com, promo code BROC10. Save 10% off your order.